Hi friends, this is a quick video demonstration on creating a multi-dimensional wash. I do this through wet into wet techniques as well as lifting with a damp brush and blotting with tissue. It's so important to keep it light and fluid in the beginning, and I wanted to give you an idea of how much information you can get into those initial washes. This is just a quick excerpt from my full 3-hour video called Radiant Floral Painting in Watercolor. That's available through my website, and all of the info is listed below in the description. At this stage, I'm just painting soft fluid washes and I'm not delineating any shadows whatsoever. So don't worry about hard edges. Make sure your water's nice and clean. I'm working on 11 by 14, so I will start with my larger brush. Now I'm right-handed, so I start in the upper left-hand side and I'll work my way down. And I'm wetting this quite significantly. I'm trying to stay within my shapes. I am painting a dark background, so if I do accidentally go over, it's not a big deal, especially with these really light washes, but as much as possible, I want to stay within the shapes. And notice that the tips of my brush are pointing towards the edge, and the belly of the brush and the handle are always pointing towards the inside of the painting. That gives me nice clean edges. So I've got quite a lot of water on my brush, and I'm kind of bobbing my head around to just see that the water that I placed previous is still glossy. I want this to be really, really glossy. I don't want any dry patches. Now I am just quickly going through this large section, which is wonderful. I tend to start with the intricate areas first because they're slower, and then I can quickly block out those large geometric shapes. And I take one final scan, just again kind of looking at my paper from various angles, make sure that everything is wet. Now I can stick with this brush if I want to paint with it. I can stick with it again in 11 by 14 format. That's not a bad idea. I think I will switch to it once I get into the large areas, but for now I will move into these small spaces first with my number 10 designer blend. I'm going to start with just the permanent red, not the permanent rose, the permanent red. So at first this is going to seem like really, really extreme, but one, it does dry lighter, and then two, I'm actually going to move it around in a sec. So I'm just sort of plopping it down, and then I will rinse my brush and start lifting up some of the color. We have masking fluid on those precious highlights, so paint freely here with reckless abandon. So I'm going up here into this section. Again, when it's dry, it's going to just be a whisper of color. So only keep moving down your paper if your paper is still wet. If it's not, take a moment here and re-wet a little bit further down. At this stage, it's not a big deal if you end up with blooms. And now I'm going to grab a little bit of my permanent rose because it is much cooler down here, especially with that lower peony. Using my 1-inch brush. Now at first it's going to seem a little dark, but you're going to see how we're going to lift out some of those highlights that we didn't mask earlier. So if you have soft highlights, you can lift them out with a clean, damp brush. Like we do here. This is really early on in the game, so I'm not too concerned about areas that have a little bit of sloppiness to them or ill-defined edges. We will define all of our shadowy shapes later. So I'm just going to pull out a little bit of lightness. Get a bit more specific with the edges. Okay, so there's a big pool of paint here, so I'm just going to scoop some of that up and wipe it on my paper towel. Now I'm going to take some tissue and I'm just going to twist it into a hard shape so I can blot out some of the hard edged highlights. Once you dry up an area, especially if you're pressing down nice and hard, it's very unlikely that the paint will flow back into that area. Wet paint is attracted to wet paper, so if you've dried it up significantly, that should kind of stop it in its tracks and keep it from spreading. Bit of a highlight there. And you want to switch up your tissue if it's feeling damp or if you've got too many paint stains on it, because you risk re-stamping down color. So be careful with this. I'm going to take that out. Take a little bit of color out here. Now I'm stamping out an area that's bigger than what I want, but the paint will creep in a tiny bit. The last little piece I want to grab is just this right here. And I'm not worried about stamping back to white because these should have a little bit of color in them. Now, my paper is buckling a little bit. That's okay. It's because we wet it a fair amount in the beginning. I'm going to take my hair dryer and just dry this flat.